Welcome back on my YouTube channel. This is Farm with Sondash, and allow me to thank you for the support you are giving to my channel. It is really growing, and I really appreciate on that one. Today, I thought of giving you some highlights on the infestation of weeds and types of weeds that are currently affecting your fields. As you may be aware that there are two types of weeds. There's what we call annual weeds, and there's also what we call perennial weeds. So annual weeds, the weeds that mostly infest during the rainy season, and just after rainy season the weeds will dry up and drop some seeds for the next season. Those weeds are commonly controlled during rainy season and after the infestation. And these annual weeds easy to control. You can control them either by manual weed management or automatic weed management. Annual weed management is where you use your free hands and tools like oils and slashers, so to say. So those the ways you can use to control annual weeds manually. And if you want to control your weeds automatically, you are advised to use a well-certified and approved herbicide, commonly known as weed killers in simpler terms. So it is very important to also know what you are using to control your weeds. And the other type of weed is what we call perennial weeds. When we talk about something perennial, we are talking about something that takes more years for it to complete its life cycle. And we can give an example of trees and other strong weeds that are found in crops, different field crops. So there are also type of weeds that that can be controlled either manually through the use of excavators, hoes and axes. You can also use some strong herbicides, common known as weed killers, to control them, and that can, or those can only be controlled, better controlled, before the plantation or cultivation of your crops. So it is also important to understand this, because most farmers are affected because they don't know the best time to control annual weeds and the best time to control perennial weeds. So perennial weeds can only be controlled when you haven't cultivated your crop in the field. Now with me, I have some perennial, annual weeds and broad-leaved weeds. There are again two types. There are weeds that are not broad-leaved and weeds that are broad-leaved. So you should also know this, because there are some weed killers, especially those who are using weed killers, herbicides, especially selective weed killers. There are selective weed killers that cannot kill the broad-leaved weeds. and weed killers or herbicides that can control both broad-leaved and non-broad-leaved weeds. So if you can take a look of, if you are to check this type of weed, this is blackjack. This is blackjack. This weed is categorized under broad-leaved weed killers. Weed. This weed cannot be controlled by those weed killers that only controls grasses. Impossible. It is blackjack. The root system for this weed is different from the root system of the grass. And again, the leaves of a broad-leaved weed is different from a leaf of a non-broad-leaved weed. So I also have this weed. This is the annual weed. You can categorize it into or under grasses. So this one is different from this one. This one is a broad-leaved weed, and this one is a non-broad-leaved weed. Even the root system, they are different. This one has a strong root system. This one has a soft and simple root system. So the weed killer which can control or that can control this weed can also control this weed. But the weed killer which can control only grasses cannot control broad-leaved weed. So they are different. They are different. That's why most of the farmers, they go for a weed killer plus, the one which control both this one and this one. This one and this one. Allow me to mention one type of weed killer, which is a snow magugu. There are snow magugos of different kind. For those who want to control these weeds at a go, you need to go for weed killer. Snow magugu plus. Or you buy snow magugu, and add a laser. In that manner, you are going to control both of these. Very important. Very important. But again, there's another product which is Titan. Titan is a product that can work as snow magugu plus. And currently, snow magugu is on the market, so to say, and we have a shortage. I can simply say countrywide. So we are again recommending this product because it is also powerful, and it controls both perennial and annual weeds. Very important. Very important. And again, I wanted to talk about the best time to spray these herbicides. These weeds has got what we call stomatas. So, the best time to control or to spray your herbicides is when the stomatas are open, because the chemical will go direct into the stomatas, and these stomatas will transport that chemical to the root system, which will be very easy for the weed to be burnt. Very important. Remember, this thing is very strong and hard that cannot permit the liquid or chemical to transport that that can not permit that chemical to be transported to these roots. So it is very important to spray when the stomatas are open. Very important. And do not spray, listen to this, do not spray your herbicides when there is moisture stress, because your weeds won't be able to accept another liquid to be transported in different parts of the weed. So you need to spray when the weed is moisture free, but stomata open. Very important. Very important. It is very important also to understand and know the measurements. Very important and cardinal. Learning is something which doesn't have end. So you can be visiting this channel almost each and every day to check what is new. Try to check what is new. The channel name is Farm with Sondash, and you'll be advised, and you'll be learning a lot of things. So we are saying Tintan or Titan is a selective synthetic or systematic post-emergence herbicide for the control of annual and perennial weeds. Annual and perennial weeds. So it is a best selective herbicide which is good for soybean, cotton and sugarcane. Soybeans, cotton and sugarcane. This one is very, very good. It's a selective herbicide. So it's a selective systematic herbicide for the control of annual and perennial weeds in soybean cotton crop. It is used as post-emergence of weeds up to 2 to 6 leaf stage. It targets weeds in soybeans. 1 liter is enough per hectare. 1 liter is enough per hectare, meaning 80 to 100 mils per 16 liter sprayer, knapsack sprayer. Very important. It is very, very important. You can access it at Shagro Agri Company based in Kitwe, Copperbelt at Showground. It is office number 15. You just look for Shagro Kitwe Showground. That is a physical address. And we are found on social media platforms like Facebook. You just search Farm with Sondash and you'll be able to find us. Thank you very much for your time. We love you, and we need to support each other. You can support your fellow farmer through the sharing of this broadcast, so that they also get to know what is happening on this YouTube channel, Farm with Sondash, and definitely we are going to help each other. Thank you very much. Be blessed.